What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing, and today I want to talk about Timothy Bradley' recent comments on Oleksandr Usyk. Um, the comments were somewhat to the effect that he doesn't understand the hype that Usyk is getting. That's honestly what I took from his comments, but which I find to be ridiculous if that's the standard we're holding him to. If that's the comment we're gonna hang on to what he said, that's ridiculous. To not understand why we can't see Usyk as this super special elite fighter, I think is a bit ridiculous on Timothy Bradley's part, considering the guy is an Olympic gold medalist. Again, a lot of people don't like to give credit for the amateurs. I give credit specifically for the Olympics. That's to be understood that's where the best boxers of the world go. That's the event. And if you win a gold medal, I'm not going to take that away from you. So the fact that he has a gold medal, I definitely give credit to. Uh, he went up, fought at cruiserweight. Honestly, I don't know much about the cruiserweight division. I'm not going to sit here and lie and pump fake like I'm some boxing expert that I even watch the cruiserweight division. I'm not up on the cruiserweight division like that. But from what I understand, because I put on Twitter, that the cruiserweight division that he took out was weak, and people jumped on me. I'm like, oh, my bad. I'll be honest with you. I don't know about the cruiserweight division. So from what people are telling me, his cruiserweight reign was of really good fighters. I was already giving him credit or for going undisputed at cruiserweight, whether it was a strong division or a weak division. I was already gonna give him the credit because he won every single belt on the road. The undisputed fight was him as a Ukrainian going to Russia and fighting this guy to a decision win where he was treated fairly on the hostile ground. Look what they're going through now with the country in the war. When you think of that context of how important that win, probably you look back like, come on, man. You gotta give the guy credit for cleaning out a division, whether it was weak or not. He was clearly the number one guy, and he won every belt on the road. And then the undisputed fight was for the World Boxing Super Series, was for undisputed, and him as a Ukrainian was going to Russia, and he got that win. Come on, man. You gotta give him full credit. You gotta respect what he did at cruiserweight, regardless if these opponents were good or not. And from what I hear, they were good. I'll be honest, I couldn't tell you. But from what they tell me, that the cruiserweight division was good back then. And then the guy moves up to heavyweight, right? He moves up to heavyweight, beats Joshua in his home country. So he just went, let me get this straight. He went from winning all 4 belts at the cruiserweight division in the opponent's backyard, and then he goes on to the heavyweight division and wins 3 belts at the other person's home country. That's insane. That's insane, right? All right, let's do the rematch. Maybe he wasn't prepared. Maybe he wasn't focused. He has to train to change this, that. All right. He went, let's fight on neutral ground. Then beats Joshua again. By the way, that's who he took those belts from. He beats Joshua again in neutral territory. So he beat him in his home country. Now he's the champion. And instead of it being in his home country because of hostility that's going on, they go to the neutral ground and he beats him again. Then he goes on to fight Daniel Dubois. I'll be honest with you, I don't understand what's the controversy about that low blow. It was low. It was low. He did not get knocked out, man. Daniel Dubois hit him with a low blow. He went down. The referee gave him a break appropriately. And by the way, that's one of the worst referees ever. Luis Pabon from Puerto Rico. He is a terrible referee. But in that scenario, I actually thought he did a good job. I thought that was a low blow, and I don't understand how people don't see it as a low blow. And then even if you want to say he caught a break there, he went on and stopped Dubois. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could catch a break, but you also got to be able to take advantage of the break you caught. And he got it. He knocked him out. Then goes on to beat Fury not once, but twice. being the significantly smaller man. So, yo, you got undisputed in the cruiserweight division where you went into a world boxing super series and did all that and other people's home countries and cleaned out that division after coming off an Olympic gold medal run. Then move up to heavyweight and do the same thing. Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim. And yo, and Tim is when Tim says I don't got a reason to hate on him, I understand that because Tim was a great fighter, and Tim Bradley got a really good resume, and he, besides Amir Khan, who it kind of seemed like he ducked him. I'm not gonna lie, I lived that era. Nobody could tell me about the Tim Bradley, Devin Alexander, Amir Khan, Marcos Maidana, Victor Ortiz, that little era of 140s. Nobody could tell me about that era of 140s and me not know what happened that time. It kind of looked like he ducked, but I did see the play where he went, got a bag to fight Joel Casamayor on the undercard, and then his next fight after that was Pacquiao. So it might not be that he ducked Amir Khan. It might be he just did a money play, but it just seemed like he ducked at that moment. But yeah, Tim Bradley got a dope resume. Let's go over his resume because I think it's important that we understand, although I totally disagree with his point that Usyk was not a great all-time great. And I do also want to get into those comments. That was, by the way, that was the second part of what I was saying, what I'm about to say later. But first, I want to go over his resume. Let's go over his resume. So I'm trying to get cut to the nitty gritty to where he fights Junior Witter. All right, so 2008, May of 2008, Tim Bradley fights Junior Witter in England. Goes out there, drops a Witter in the 6th round with an overhand right, and hurt him bad too. That was a good shot, and ends up winning a split decision in the other person's home country. My man, what this guy has done that. Usyk has done that 5 times. So and then he goes, beats Edner Cherry, Kendall Hall was a good 2 good wins. Nate Campbell, I thought he quit in that fight. He was leading into getting stopped by or totally. Yeah, I think Tim Bradley would have stopped Nate Campbell, but Nate Campbell then got a little cut with a headbutt and was like, nah, that's it. I can't see. So they made it a no contest. Fights Lamont Peterson, that's a good one. Abregu, okay win. Took Devin Alexander's O. Now, y'all probably looking back and going, Devin Alexander was just a good fighter. But at that moment, that was like number 1 versus number 3, number 2 versus number 1, or something like that. That was a big fight. Ended up being a terrible fight. But people were looking at this fight like some Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello kind of like feel. They really were looking into this fight like it was a big deal. It ended up being a terrible fight at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, which honestly a lot of people felt it was a stupid decision. But considering how bad the fight was, that's probably where it deserved to be. But yeah, that was a great win on his resume. And like I mentioned, the next logical fight at 140 was Amir Khan. But then Amir Khan ended up Raleigh ended up signing with Top Rank, and Top Rank just gave him 1 fight against Joel Casamayor, and then the next fight against Pacquiao. That was a moment where the fans especially of that division, wanted to see that fight, but Tim Bradley was trying to take care of his family. Tim Bradley was trying to make some money, you know what I'm saying, and end up making a strategic move of not fighting Amir Khan to potentially get a fight with Pacquiao. And he ended up getting 3 fights with Pacquiao. He got a win against Pacquiao, which many people dispute. He beat a whole Marquez. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up having a really good career, 2 division champion with some Hall of Fame names on his resume. So I definitely don't want to dismiss as to who Timothy Bradley was. I would never do something like that. But to say he's not an all-time great is wild. But if you listen to his whole comments, he said all-time great heavyweight. Now, when I was referring to Usyk as an all-time great, I was talking about his career as to who he was as a boxer. Now, if Tim Bradley's argument is that Usyk is not an all-time great in terms of heavyweight, but just off his heavyweight resume, I would have to agree there. Like, I can't compare what Usyk has done in the heavyweight division only. Forget the amateurs and forget the cruiserweight. I'm talking about heavyweight. Uh, Compare that with what Joe Louis and Muhammad Ali did, and I can't do that. He's not at that level. But if you consider his all-time career, everything of what he's accomplished, he's definitely an all-time great. He's definitely a top 40, top 50 fighter of all time, just based off what he's done. And I think to dismiss that is wild. He's in the same era as Inoue and as Crawford, and there's an argument he's better than both of them. You get what I'm saying? And Tim Bradley be, oh my God, Crawford is amazing. Crawford. Crawford tweeted out I remember one time he said, yeah, honestly, I think I'm number one pound for pound, but I'm not a hater. Usyk definitely got an argument. He said Usyk has an argument of also being number one pound for pound. So the guy who you saying is amazing is saying he has an argument that he's better than him. So again, and honestly, I don't dislike Tim Bradley as a person. I don't think he's so good as an announcer. I think he's a good like play-by-play guy. I think he's a good guy to like maybe get him out of a suit, man, and get him in the gym trying to show what the game plan will be. I think that's where his lane is. He's definitely a charismatic guy. I respect his resume, and he was never afraid to mix it up. So I definitely respect him as a fighter. Forget boxer in the comments. Just as a fighter, I respect him. That fight with Ruslan Pavatnikov, I'll be honest with you, that was that was the one and only fight in my entire life that after the fight, I'm like, damn, man, like what kind of sport am I watching? Both those guys got messed up pretty bad. It was a war. So I definitely respect his fighting spirit. But he's wilded out, man. He's wilding out with this. So I respect him, and I don't want him to take this the wrong way if it ever gets back to him. But that's a wild take. That is a wild take. And again, I respect Tim Bradley. I respect Tim Bradley, and I think he a lot of times has different opinions, and some of it is important to hear and hear a different perspective. Maybe it's out of left field, but this one is not even arguable. If what you're saying is that his career is not an all-time great. If you're saying he's not an all-time great heavyweight, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. He's not. He didn't have a better career than Evander Holyfield at heavyweight. I'm not. No. Evander Holyfield beat Mike Tyson. Twice. He beat him twice too. The same way, and he was a undisputed cruiser. But we still talk about heavyweight career. So he took out Mike Tyson twice. So if you talk about just heavyweight, he is. Usyk is not an all-time, meaning he's not a top 5. He's not a top 10. I don't think so. Just off the top of my head, Foreman 2, Joe Frazier got a win over Ali. Larry Holmes made a bunch of defenses. Klitschko, both Klitschko's had great careers at heavyweight. Yeah, so like Usyk just off his heavyweight resume, he's a Hall of Famer. Don't get me wrong. He is definitely a Hall of Famer off of beating both Joshua and Fury twice. So he's a Hall of Famer just based off his heavyweight division. But is he an all-time heavyweight? I wouldn't say that. Nah. So that's my opinion as to what Tim Bradley's comments was. Yeah, man, and it transitioning into my Dominican boxing. I'm really excited for Floyd Schofield versus Shakur Stevenson, and the reason I'm so interested in this fight is because, one, it's kind of like with Floyd Schofield Sr., it's kind of like, all right, let's see what your son got, man. You've been asking for fights. You've been saying they've been ducking. You've been saying this. You've been saying that. All right, show me what you got now. So this kind of that. And then I'm also really, really excited to see Joan Guzman in the corner of another fighter. He wasn't really getting credit for the success Charlo had with Castano, especially in the second fight. I don't. I feel like a lot of that credit went to Derek James, and I feel like if Floyd Schofield somehow, some way was to be able to score an upset versus Shakur Stevenson, I think this is a fight where a moment in his career where we're talking he's gonna have a lot of suitors, a lot of people that want to want him to train him after that. So I'm excited for that. Because this was a big opportunity for both of them, both Floyd Schofield, who I'll be honest with you, when he came out as Dominican, I was a bit like, I don't know, like, is he just kind of like clout chasing? But the kid genuinely feels proud to be in Dominican, and has flags in his room. His cup, his cup when he spars has a Dominican flag. He's brought in Joan Guzman. He said that Joan Guzman was one of his favorite fighters on camera. He said that he thinks Joan would have beat Mayweather on camera. So he seems very, very trying to get in touch with his Dominican roots. So I will say that I that for the people that want to doubt his Dominicanness, for lack of a better term, that's the feel I got from him. And him bringing in Joan Guzman, I think is an interesting moment in his career. It really is, because um I feel like a lot of people don't look at Floyd Schofield Sr. as like, Derek James or Eddie Futch or anything like that. And I know he's brought his fighters to other trainers. He said that he brought him to Floyd Mayweather Sr. and a couple other trainers. So he's done that, and now he's doing that with Joan Guzman. And he said in the interview that he trusts his people to do business with his people, or something along those ways. So I'm interested to see what comes of that relationship. What comes of that relationship? By the way, yo, what's up with Edwin de los Santos, man? I know I hate it when people hit me up and yo, what's up with Edwin? What's up with Edwin? And I can't give him a straight answer. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what's happened with his career. He took one loss in a very boring fight against Shakur Stevenson, and then after that, he's been nowhere to be seen. He hasn't fought. He hasn't been rumored of fighting. He's not, someone's sparring partner helping him get prepared for a fight. That way he stays in shape. He's not calling out people like he used to on social media. Yo, I'll be honest with you. I'm a little worried with Edwin de los Santos. I'm not sure what's going on, but I mean, I have an idea. Y'all know I'm the voice of Dominican boxing. Y'all know I know enough, but I just think everything needs to be straightened out very soon, because he is losing. He's lost all buzz he had. He's lost every single one of it. He and it's I don't know what's up with his career, and it's very disappointing, because I'm someone who believes in his talent. He has a lot of talent in those hands. And there's another guy, Michel Rivera, man, his career disappeared too. Like, I bet you right now we got 52 people watching the channel. 43 on Twitter /X, however y'all want to quote it, and 9 on YouTube. We got 52 people. I bet you that only one of them, maybe one of them, knows the name of Michel Rivera last opponent. You get what I'm saying? And the only guy, the guy I'm talking about, he's called the Nobody. That the guy who be sending them super chats. Yo, that's the only guy, because he know boxing. That's the only guy I think that'll know who the guy Michel Rivera last for. Now, and nobody, including me, know who's his next opponent. You get what I'm saying? It's like, yo, his career just totally disappeared. And to be fair, I'm assuming we can honestly say he has nobody to blame but himself, or he tested positive. Unfortunately, I felt like that threw more salt on the wound after that dominant loss he had to Frank Martin. Like he was weight drained, and proof is in the pudding in terms of what he tested positive for was something that was going to remove the liquid from his muscles and stuff like that, so he can make weight. So he definitely was drained, and then boom, on top of that, he tests positive and is suspended and is out for a while. He has a fight on a YouTube portion against Sergey Lipinets. Then, him and Samson are no longer doing business together. Now he's with Demetrius Alita fighting on a Clarissa Shields undercard, and it's like, yo, what is happening with his career? Like, I don't know who's advising him or what's going on, but it's very puzzling what he's doing with his career, and I hope they get things sorted over there, because I'm more worried about Michelle Rivera than I'm at Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos, he's somewhat tied to Al Heyman and PBC to some degree because he's a Samson fighter, and Samson fighters only deal with PBC. And say whatever you want, if Edwin De Los Santos was healthy, in shape, active, right now he would be in line for a Tank fight. There's no reason why. If he would have had 2 fights since the Shakur fight and both been exciting knockouts, there's no reason why he couldn't be fighting Tank in his next fight or the fight after that. So Edwin definitely is in better shape than Michelle Rivera. Michelle Rivera is signed to Demetrius Alita, a very small promoter who is not making any significant moves in boxing to like, except Clarissa Shields, and I know he had Ergashev who fought Matias, and he got knocked out. So he got a fight at a title shot. So I'm not gonna totally dismiss that. But he is not a big promoter. Now, if you're telling me you leaving Samson because you signed with Eddie Hearn or Top Rank, or even like a guy like Frank Warren, if he was signing with somebody like that, and they were going a different route with how to promote him, I would be more okay with more, how do I say, calm about his future. But the fact that this guy he signed with Demetrius Alita, who, I'll be honest with you, is not a major player in boxing, it was puzzling. It's puzzling what's going on with his career, and I hope he gets it together, man. But yo, I want to say one thing, man. Yo, shout out to Schwan Boxing. Schwan Boxing is a boxing promoter out of Dominican Republic. And I know y'all probably wondering, like, why am I talking about this promoter? Well, this promoter is the biggest promoter in the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? When you really put into context as to how much success they've had, and they now currently have 2 legit, not no regular champion, not no interim champion. They have 2 legit champions in 2 different weight classes, in Alberto Puello and Mini Pac-Man. And and Alberto Puello, man, say whatever you want. He got 2 wins where Vegas had him as an underdog, and Akhmadov and Gary Russell. So those were good wins. Yes, he tested positive for a banned substance, but he went on to prove that it was because he was taking medication for to have children. But some people don't want to accept that. How do I say? Accept that excuse, and if that's that's it, you're the way you want to feel, then I'm not. Who am I to tell you not to? You get what I'm saying? Feel how you feel. But that's what he said, and that's what was proven. And he went on to continue to fight, work his way up, and beat Gary Antoine Russell in a fight that Vegas also had him as an underdog. And now, in his next 2-3 fights, I'll be honest with you, he could fuck around, be the best 140, man. He got this fight against Sandor Martin, somebody who dropped Teofimo at least once. You know what I'm saying? It could be twice, but at least once. And then he beat Sandor Martin, who did that to Teo. After that, he was mandated to fight Gary Antoine Russell after the Sandor Martin fight. Okay. After the Sandor Martin fight, he has his mandatory is Gary Antoine Russell again, who's currently fighting Rayo. So what I'm assuming is his next fight after Sandor Martin will be against the winner of Ryo Russell for the WBA belt. So he'll be unified. So his next 2 to 3 fights are big. And then if he gets unified, don't be surprised. Tank moves up. Don't be surprised and tries to, you know, get a couple belts the easy way in his mind. You know what I'm saying? Or get a couple belts in a competitive fight. You know what I'm saying? The way Puello's looking at it. Yeah, no, the reason I went down that rabbit hole with Puello was to say, yo, Schwan Boxing has gotten this guy in position in a very well way, and is now just got another champion in Mini Pac-Man who just won a belt. I believe that I don't even know these little weight divisions. Man. I'll be honest with you, cruiserweight and like the teeny tiny weights, I don't be up on like that. So I forget the title. Excuse me, the weight class. I believe it was flyweight, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was flyweight, but or mini flyweight, whatever. He's the WBA champion. And yo, I saw that fight. Yo, Mini Pac-Man need to be moved carefully, man. Mini Pac-Man need to be moved nice and carefully. He does not have a lot of fights. He didn't have this huge, extensive amateur career. He is, I think, 21 years old. Doesn't have a lot of fights. I think he in that fight, yo, he took some shots and a lot of shots unnecessarily. He couldn't. I felt like he really couldn't put a dent in this fighter, and I think that moving him carefully is going to be important, considering he has a title. He's going to be having mandatories, and if he's fight weak opponents, he's going to come under heavy criticism. He needs to be very carefully moved because he needs to, one, mature into his body as well as gain experience. I do think he has talent. I love his footwork. I love his tenacity. I love his mentality. He's never quit mentality. And I don't know. I just don't know if he has the power. But the only time will tell. The guy's only 21. But then again, but at this point, I should have known. Yeah. At this point, I should have known if he was a puncher. Hold on. I got the Nobody 92. He says, any update on Eldy Cedeno? I'll be honest, I've heard rumors, but nothing I can confirm it, and that's on me. I should have reached out to Eldy. Once I heard these rumors, I should have reached out, but I don't want to say it on camera and act like I heard directly from the source, which I didn't. I don't have no source, no information on Eldy as of right now. Oh, and shout out for the $2, Nobody. My bad. I ain't say shout out to you. My man Juan de la Cruz sends $5, says Riyadh season filled with Dominicans. Yeah, man. That Riyadh season will have Carlos Adames facing Hamza Shiraz. Yo, in a fight that a lot of Dominicans been not picking. Like when I talk to them in private, a lot of Dominicans picking Shiraz. That chat I be talking about, y'all know how I be talking about, yo, my boxing chat fire, all this. Yeah, a lot of times they not when that conversation get up is, oh, he better be careful. Yo, I'm picking him to lose. Yo, so I don't know, man. I don't know too much about this. Well, I wouldn't say I don't know too much about it. I've only seen 2 fights and his 2 recent fights, and he's looked good. And as far as how battle tested he is, I don't know. You know, I one thing I could say is Adames, although he runs out of gas, he's battle tested. He that fight with Patrick Teixeira, where he just dominated the first 6 rounds, then gets dropped, and then is totally out of gas and continue fighting and made his way to a decision. That war he had with Sergey Deverenchenko, even that Julian Williams fight, yeah, it was a big quick stoppage, but I do think he was going to get that stoppage anyways. Not necessarily that round, but I just think as the rounds went on, he was just going to take, Williams was just going to keep taking a punishment, and the ref would have legitimately stopped it. But yeah, no, I just don't know about the Shiraz guys. He tested like that for y'all to be picking him over a veteran like that. you know, and Adames, he was on the Dominican national team. He traveled all over the world. He has an extensive amateur career. He's been in championship fights, both as a loser, as a winner, defending his title. You know, so I don't. I'm surprised that people feel this way about Adames, but hey, Adames hasn't done himself favors, especially that last fight. That last fight, he definitely did not look good. He did not look good at all. Um, but yeah, man. Yo, Juan de lo mío, click that link, man. The people want to talk to the captain too, man. They know I'm the voice, but they want to talk to the captain. uh, yeah, man. But yo, another thing, Rohan Polanco. I am told, as I mentioned before, he will be fighting Puerto Rico's Carlos Torres, February 14th, St. Valentine's Day. A lot of Dominican boxing fans going to be bringing their wife, their kids. You know, the fight is on ESPN Plus, so it's going to be a little bit earlier than a normal fight. But with these top rank shows, man, these top rank shows, sometimes they end like at 1 in the morning. I'm like, geez. But yeah, he will be at on ESPN Plus, and I'm expecting a big turnout by the Dominican and Puerto Rican community, and there being a good vibes and Rohan, you know, making a statement. I think if he goes and knocks out Carlos Torres, you know, especially early, like in the 4th round, bro, what a statement would that be making? You in New York City, you know. Juanma Lopez's son gonna be making, I think, his pro debut on that card. Now, I don't know if it's his pro debut, but he's gonna be fighting on that card. So the Puerto Rican fans gonna already be there for him, plus some for Torres. So there's gonna be a lot of Puerto Ricans. We know that for a fact. They come out and support their fighters, you know. But let's see. Are the Dominicans gonna come out and support Rohan Polanco? I think this is a big opportunity for Dominican boxing because they finally, you know, got a talented young guy who's positioned well in a good fight in New York. If the Dominican community comes out and supports this guy, I think boxing will get what it's missing. And what it's missing is Dominican people in those seats, man. I think if Dominicans start getting into boxing heavy and start supporting their boxes like crazy, I think y'all don't know the monster y'all created. I really don't. I really don't. I genuinely think that that's a missing link in boxing today, is tapping into that Dominican community. And now we got the talent, and now we're getting the opportunities, and I think this is a big, big opportunity for Rohan Polanco. The Nobody 92 sends $5 super chat. De lo mío, muchas gracias, mi hermano. Says Vivian Rodriguez suffered her first loss on that same Schwan boxing card. She got stopped by a tough Mexican girl. Hurt me to see that. Yeah, I saw that. You know, and honestly, it surprised me because, you know, women boxing in general, they don't get stoppages, and you know, this was an upset, so I wasn't expecting an upset plus a stoppage. Yeah, no, it's okay, man. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. It's not about how you lose. It's what you do after you lose. It's what you do after you on the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're really judged. And if she got it in her, if she's a beast, if her confidence is in a shot, she could come back. But if this loss is gonna weigh on her head, and she's gonna, you know, let it distract her from her original goals, then no. You know, I don't count people out after one loss. Like, that's ridiculous. After one loss to count somebody out is ridiculous. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what she does after this. She gonna bite down and come back, or she just gonna be comfortable being a journeyman. We'll see. By the way, the link is pinned to the top of the chat for those who've been wanting to talk to me and don't know how and waiting until I drop the link. I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube, the link is on top of the chat. So for those who want to tap in with Broadway. Oh, yo, type in some questions, man. I'm feeling nice, man. It's the day after Christmas. Type in some questions. Y'all don't need to send a super chat. Now, super chats are appreciated. Super chats are appreciated. But oh my, yo, I got so many people watching on Twitter. I got 49 people watching on Twitter, man. Yo, people on Twitter, yo, send your comments. Send your comments, man. Y'all need to start using that feature. The only people from YouTube be commenting. The people from Twitter, y'all just watch. Y'all don't comment. Any news on Edwin's next opponent or Rohan? Well, Edwin's next opponent, he doesn't have a date or an opponent, and Rohan is Giancarlo Torres, the Puerto Rican fighter. Hold on, I got a caller. Helio Arias. I don't know. I guess he got scared, man. Naji Lopez versus Lenin Castillo on ProBox. What's your thought on that? Lenin Castillo is a good fighter, but I don't know, man. He might be a little long in the tooth. Naji Lopez, although, you know, I don't think he's Arthur Beterbiev, but I don't think I think, you know, where he's at in his career right now as compared to what Lenin Castillo, where he's at in his career. I just think one's on the way down, one's on the way up. And yeah, I got Naji Lopez winning that. But yo, one thing I'll say, Dominicans, we known for upsets. That's on our resume. You look at our resume, Dominican boxing, you're gonna see a bunch of upsets. You're gonna see Hector Luis Garcia. He wasn't supposed to win that fight. You're gonna see Edwin De Los Santos. He wasn't supposed to win that fight. You're gonna see Alberto Puello. He wasn't supposed to win 2 fights and came out victorious. So hey man, Lenin Castillo, I don't think you can do it. Show me you can. Show me you can. Show the people that the Dominicans are known for upsets, and you can do it. That would be a great story if Lenin Castillo fuck around, goes, beats this dude, both Bivol and Beterbiev retire, he grab a belt or something. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. Hold on. I know yo tengo una estrella aquí. Déjame yo, I'm gonna give him an intro. I'm gonna give him an intro before I put it. Tengo una estrella aquí. Tengo una persona que en verdad él no entiende quién él es. Él no entiende que él es el que trae la vibra. ¿Tú me entiendes? Que él es el capitán. Tengo aquí a Juan de los míos. ¿Qué lo quiere, mi hermano?
Yeah, I was just dying in the background.
Yeah, man. Yo, bro. Hold on. You don't know that like you bring the vibe when you go to these places. Talk to me about that. I'm gonna interview you. Fuck boxing. I'm gonna interview Juan de los Mio right now. There's a Juan de los Mio interview right now. I'm putting you on the spot.
Yo, you know when it hit me, bro? When I went to the Rohan fight, man. When I went over there, man, and some of the guys that were there, that was like, yo, when you
damn, man. Yo, Juan, we got one thing about Juan, we love Juan. But my man internet game is trash, man. Yo, what's up with your internet, man?
My internet's trash? You serious?
Yo, now.
I got finals, man.
None of your story.
I got finals. I said when I showed up there, man, and I saw how the atmosphere just changed in the section that we was in. Yeah. I was like, you know, there's times when you realize you offer certain things, but I'm not one to whack my tail. Like, I'm one to just be of service, man, to my people, to the community, to my friends. And that's what I bring to the table.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, but God, sometimes God chooses you. Fuck what you want. Sometimes you believe. Yeah, how big you think this movement could be? Damn,
man, all the parts are coming together. I remember the Barclays.
You
can't hear me?
Juan, you keep breaking.
I'm gonna go on my phone.
Yeah, go to your phone.
I'm gonna go on my phone then.
Yeah, man. Damn, man. We was about to get deep here, man. We was about to get deep.
Yeah.
Exit out on the computer and then come back. Yeah. Juan, don't worry, everybody. Juan de los Mio will be back. But yeah, man. As y'all know, man, Juan always brings good vibes. Apart from look for the people who showed up to the Rohan and Elvis fight in New York, y'all felt that vibe when he showed up. When he comes on the channel, he brings good vibe. Now sometimes I gotta school him on boxing and shit, but he always bringing the vibe. Okay,
Who ain't schooling me?
sometimes I gotta teach him. Sometimes I gotta teach him. But
you're very sharp when it comes to your analysis and your and the history. You bring things to the. You give me an angle on things that I wasn't even looking at. You know, and it's because you have a wealth of information with all the interviews you've done, the background information you get on fighters, on managers, and you can't pay for that. You know what I'm saying?
no, and not only that, like yo, me and Jose Corpus been friends for for 2 years now, about to be three. And yo, this is somebody who I have conversations with. You understand what I'm saying? Like apart from interviews. And then when he comes on the channel, y'all like, oh my God, like
Oh
this
my
dude is
goodness, this guy's an encyclopedia, bro.
yo, and wait until you see my podcast interview with him. Yo, it's
Yo, I'm
crazy.
about to, yo, you holding on, man. You holding
Yo,
on, man.
January 1st. January 1st.
That's when it's coming
Broadway
out.
Joel podcast 2025. Making
For the
its debut.
Patreon
I'm
members.
dropping a bomb.
For the Patreon members.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna throw it for free on another channel. I'm gonna start it up another channel, and that's gonna be my podcast one. This one gonna be like, where I come here and I do it, my little Zoom interviews when necessary. But my in studio podcast all gonna be over there, man, on my other channel, and I'll let y'all know when that switch is coming. But I got some good interviews. But let's not veer off the topic. Yes, I have my like Jose Corpus. Yeah, he comes on the channel. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, this guy knows so much about boxing." It's like, yo, this is my friend. This is somebody I talk to, like on the phone. You get what I'm saying? Like, yes, like he's like my friend. And so I know that's what I bring to the table, and that's why I was chosen here to do this. I think you don't realize what you were chosen. You were chosen to get
Sometimes
people
I have
hyped
to
up. I'm not the one to get the people hyped up. And when I wasn't there, and I knew when you came in.
This guy's full of it. You full of it. You should have been a promoter.
I'm telling you, you came through. You brought the vibe to the people, and that's what I need you to do, man. That's what I feel like. That's what the Dominican community needs of you.
That's what you started.
I listen. I'm always trying to be humble about it. You know what's funny? In my interview with Jose Corpus, we brought up. I'm like, yo, what do you think of the rise of Dominican boxing? And he goes, you deserve a lot of credit for that. I was like, I'm not. I'm not fighting. I'm not. Whoa. I'm not fighting. I told him I'm not fighting, and then he said, just something along the lines like, well, you get credit for putting the spotlight on it. And I was like, okay, I'll take that. But yeah, you were saying something?
We've never had a home. We never in boxing. This is what goes on in boxing. Being that there's no objectivity when it comes to the sport, being that we have a sport where we kind of herald people without them becoming champions, without them basically proving it in the ring. We finally have a channel. We have a home that is specifically focusing on our talent. Putting the spotlight. You know what it is to hear about a Jan Santana before he even has his first fight in the States?
That was gangster, right? That was gangster.
I'm like, what the heck is you all talking about? I never heard about that kid.
And I was here like he's the #1 prospect.
You was talking about that dude, and I'm gonna be real with you, bro. His first fight in the States, I was nervous. Cause I'm like, this is the big stage.
And yo, they stepped him up. Like he
right
away.
Like,
that guy was tough.
That guy not only was he prepared like a dog for that fight. That guy was getting hit with bombs and was still coming forward. Not coming forward. Every time he got hurt, he receded and escaped. But we will recoup and come back. And man, if you guys are not up on Jan Santana, that's a travesty.
No, 100%.
That's a travesty because that kid has it all. And he's going to bang if you hurt him.
Yeah, no, yeah, yo, in that 7th round when he got hurt, and I was like, yo, I remember asking him after the fight, yo, what was going through your mind in
My
that 7th
kids, nigga.
round? He said,
My
my
kids.
kids, bro. He goes, I ain't traveled all this way to lose.
It's 3
And I'm like,
kids.
yo, why not hold them? Why not run? He was like, I know he's tired too. He was willing to go through fire to make him go, you know what? He's not that hurt.
I'm getting
Even though he
chills.
knew
I'm
he
getting
was.
chills because Joel and I know he could have made that fight very easy.
He could have just
Talent
boxed.
wise.
Boop, boop,
Sitting
boop.
the outside counter. And then we see his next performance. Oh my God. Yeah, I
Yo,
feel that fight doesn't get the credit that it deserves. You imagine a top ranked prospect that's heavily promoted pitching a shutout like that? Oh, the stud prospect. Timothy Bradley going crazy. But Tim, I ain't gonna lie,
not
Tim,
for nothing.
they give
Timothy
him his
Bradley was
props.
giving him credit. He was
It
giving him
was
mad
giving him
credit.
props. Let's say the truth. And you know what I feel, Joy? Oftentimes, you don't want to big a fighter too much that you don't have the rights to yet. You peeped that, right,
He's like, yo,
Joy?
Miguel Cotto still, yo. So they gave him a nudge, like, yo, Miguel Cotto signed him. Not top. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, because remember, there's things that go on in the background that a lot of fans are not privy to. You know what I'm saying? When ESPN, when Top Rank bring a fighter in that they don't have all the promotional rights to, you better believe they have first dibs on them. You better believe if this guy becomes a star, they have options on him.
Yeah,
So you want to be able to negotiate reasonably. Top Rank's been around for 40, 50 years. They
yeah,
know what they're doing. Joel,
yeah.
look.
I'll be honest with you though. He has a big opportunity to become a star. Not and what I'm the reason I'm a little hesitant to say that is because he fights at 126. Those divisions are not like divisions where you make big money. But the reason
There's
I
some names
say
there. There's names there, Joel, especially on the Top Rank side.
yeah, but who's making money like that? That's
No,
what I'm saying.
they're not making no
That's
money.
what I'm saying. But the reason I say he has potential to be a star is because they really fuck with him in Puerto Rico, and he loves Puerto Rico too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if when they start bringing him to New York, there's gonna be Puerto Ricans who know him because when they went back home and they saw him fight over there, or their cousin told them about it, or they just love that he loves Puerto Ricans and stuff like that, and they're gonna come out to support him. Same with us Dominicans. We're gonna come out and support him. That's why I say he has potential. If he could tap into both markets, he has potential to becoming a big star.
Un cantito, papi. That's all we want to hear. We want to hear. That's
Nah,
all, yeah.
that kid is good, man. But yo, I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Stop what you're doing, because I'm gonna put
Oh,
you on the spot right now.
whoa. ¿Qué está
You,
pasando?
yo,
Oh,
you
boy,
you
set me
know
up.
you know I ask tough questions. You know I
Wait.
ask
Oh, boy, about to set me up. I thought you loved me, man.
who's gonna have a better career, Jan Santana or Roan Polanco?
Coño, loco. My dude, those. I can't believe you did that to me.
No, I'll say this. Who you think is better? Who you think is better? Wait, let me ask it this way. Who do you think is better? Roan Polanco or Jan Santana?
Joel, our guys are mashed tough. We both know it.
Oh, 100%.
They're mashed right away. We want to see what you got. We're
Yeah.
not building you up. We ain't doing none of that. And wow, when you look at Polanco's, when you see there's a void, I believe there's going to be a void in the 147 division because I believe this guy's going to move up eventually.
Yo, and Boots, I'll be honest with you, he looked mad regular in that last fight.
Not only
So,
do you look not regular, it makes you start thinking, how he's going to look against a killer?
no, what made me think is he was getting hit with left hooks and to the head consistently. And you can't get hit with left hooks consistently from Rohan Polanco and expect that you're going to win. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not going to convince me of that.
All I'm saying, Joel, that at 147,
Top
Wait,
rank.
let veer off the question. Who do you think is better, Roan Polanco or Jan Santana?
Damn, man, there's something. Those two guys, Joel, are right here, man. You know, Joel.
I'm asking tough questions.
Those two guys are here, but if I have to make a choice, that's a tough question, Bob.
So you can't give an answer.
But it's like,
can you give an answer? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm about to give it to you.
Okay.
Coño loco. Now, because this guy's
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something that you guys need to know. Because with Brother Joel, I've been in a lot of rooms, and I've been in a lot of situations where I got to meet a lot of people. When people are calling me, when people are FaceTiming me, because that man right there. And it's like, I'm just not a fan. Like, I've met some of these guys.
I get what you're saying. I'm not gonna put you in that spot.
I heard what you said. They be telling me, man, yeah, I heard what you said. So it's like,
I got it. Yeah.
What about you? What you think?
No, I'm not gonna give you an answer because you ain't give me an answer. But it's fair. It's fair that you didn't give me. I'm not gonna put you in that spot.
This is what I will say.
I'll text it to you.
This is what I will say. When we see them take their first, but I can't even say that because all their fights have been step ups.
You can't say yo when this guy fight a tough guy. No.
Yeah. To be honest, they hold them back the other guys from them.
The one thing I will say is we've seen more of Roan than we've seen of Jan Santana. I will say that.
I'm gonna be real with you.
He's gotten more opportunities.
When I see Jan Santana fighting, it's like, oh man, it looks so beautiful. The combinations, the setups.
Yo, bro, I should have made it possible to make that fight, man. Because I can't miss another Jan Santana performance.
I will never miss a Jan Santana performance.
No, I'm talking about in person. I don't think.
Oh yeah, you know what's crazy? I was like, yo, we should have been there, even though that was a long ass ride, man.
No, not only was it a long ride,
we just came from a fight too.
Yeah, but off camera what I was going through. So
a
lot of parts was moving and stuff like that. So that's why I couldn't go. But
I can't miss one of his fights again.
No, I can't because when I saw him in Miami, I was like, yo, this that dude. I saw that in person, live, ringside, bro. Imagine you going crazy right on TV at home watching it. I was watching it ringside, can't clap, can't cheer, nothing, can't root.
Like you got him fought and you can't.
I'm just there, serious.
Oh
serious.
My goodness.
But enjoying the fight, enjoying the performance. He looked spectacular, man, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited for what he got. What
I can say, Joel, with Rohan, it seems like he's running over guys. So we don't get to see him.
Yeah.
Counter in between. He's just running over guys right now, it seems like it. And they don't want to, it's like they don't want to stay in the fight so long. With Jan, it's like we're seeing guys try to come at him because they don't know much about him. And it's like,
you know what's funny? When I was at the Rohan last fight, where he fought the guy from Argentina, this guy Rohan was coming forward on him, and the trainer was like, "Él no tiene nada. Él no tiene nada. Él no coge golpe." I'm like, yo, it's easy for you to say, bro. Like, this dude was getting hit with some shots.
No, I heard them shots. We heard them. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, you was live too.
We was there, man. We was there, and that counter uppercut, man, was beautiful, bro. That was a beautiful shot, brother.
Sick. Hold on. Are you taking up Schofield's offer to go to Saudi Arabia? Man, yo, talk about asking tough questions.
Yeah, putting you on the spot.
Yo, I'm about to send you your $5 back, bro. I don't want $5 this time. I don't want $5 this bad. Why you asking questions like that, man?
Oh, that's a crazy opportunity. Me and Joel spoke about that in the background too.
Yeah, man. I might have to go, man.
Joel, the opportunities.
I'm gonna wear the Muslim garb and all that, man.
The people you're gonna meet.
Respect.
The Dominican influence. You know how much exclusive content you're gonna have?
Yeah,
Caballo.
Adames, Floyd Schofield, and Joang.
I can see you walking them in the ring with the. I can see. I can.
Nah. See, you see. That's why I say that's you. That's you.
That's not your style. That's not your style.
I'm on the cut, recording, interviewing stuff. I'm not no.
They say, Joel, we want you. If one of the fighters say, I want the pleasure for you to walk with the team in the ring, you're not gonna take that opportunity, Joel?
It depends on the relationship on I have with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say names, but it depends. There's some guys where, you know, like just like anything, you develop closer relationship. Like, for example, I'm really close with Everson Garcia. Now, to Everson Garcia, maybe he's not. Y'all don't look at him like y'all look at, you know, Puello or Roang or Young, right? Y'all don't look at him like that, but I do, because this is my guy. So you get what I'm saying? So if he was to ask me for something, it's kind of like we got a good relationship. If you know, that's a friend. But if you know, just some Dominican fighter, just because I'm Dominican and I'm good. We have to have a certain kind of relationship for me to do that. Well, I could be like, yo, I'm doing that for a friend, not for, you know.
I see what you mean. Definitely.
And that's why I'm saying that's where you go in. I think that's a great position for you. That's what I think.
To go where? Oh, to do that?
Yeah. In the corner.
I'm a fan.
With the captain hat and the flag.
I remember in Edwin at the Los Santos, we was at the what's that room? What you call it? What's the word for that?
Green room?
We was in the room getting ready for the fight.
Oh, locker room.
And I'm like, yo, what's going on in here, man? Put that limbo on, man. We about to turn up in here, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
We on primetime television, man. We about to show that flavor we got. Type of time we on here, man. I let somebody die. We about to turn up. Let's go. And he said, prendió esa vaina adentro. You even saw Edwin dancing in there, man. But great things are coming for Edwin too. There's something's cooking in the background. I can't say much about it.
Can you
let's just say he said
no, I'm gonna be careful with how I ask this. I don't want to put you in a bad position. Does he have an idea when he will be returning to United States of America?
Let's just say something's getting put together right now for his next opponent.
No, all right, that's fine. What I'm saying is,
he's getting ready.
Do you know when more or less he will be returning to America?
We could see him around early March. New network potentially. So be excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't even. Let's just say it's for something good too. Let's just say it's great things working for the background. Some things work.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm a little. That actually makes me a little nervous because it means he's gonna get a good opportunity, a good fight.
Great opportunity.
And I don't think he's quite in position.
This is the problem that he's having. The problem that Edwin de los Santos is having is that the fighters that they're trying to put him against with, they want a lot of money to get in the ring with him. And they're saying, why should I take that fight? Basically, I don't got to take that fight right now because they know the danger that's associated with that one. That's crazy when you think about this kid's talent level, that he's getting marginalized in a way. Like, yo, you a high risk, low reward fighter. Like, I'm not taking a risk of getting hit with one of them granadas, nigga. One of them bombs. His counter ability is amazing. And you could get your lights put out. Edwin hits very hard. I was talking to somebody that was in the gym when him and Norman Jr. were fighting.
Sparring when they were
sparring. I'm sorry. I don't care because I could say this. He doesn't have to say it. But let's just say that, damn, he was getting the best of that kid.
How bad? How was it? Very one-sided.
The way the person described it to me, was like, and he's a 135 pounder, bro.
So you saying like the way the guy was saying, like if
Yo,
everyone
they know that he
wanted
had
to
to put.
stop him.
No, he got all. He got. It was supposed to be
Oh,
more. It was supposed to be more rounds, and no more
oh,
rounds.
so he made him tap out.
Edwin is
Yo,
135. Now you knowing what we just discussed here. You think other people haven't heard about that?
I mean, I do remember him saying that the hardest punches he's sparred, I think he said is
They asked him
Javante.
about Tank. They didn't even ask him about Edwin. He mentioned Edwin himself. That should tell you something. And this kid is talented and he's big. Guys, Edwin de los Santos talent level is to be a multi-millionaire, generational talent type of fighter. He just got to obviously fix a few things, in terms of visibility. The situation with PBC and Showtime kind of hurt him in a way because they're not getting a bunch of shows. Edwin probably would have had a few opening cards right now. Him and Pitbull was a great fight. Him and Martin is a great fight. But why would you take those fights coming off of L's? Right, Joel?
Nah, he needs a couple of fights just to get his face out there. Like
I'm just gonna tell you one thing. That Turkey guy, he doesn't like little fights. He likes to put you in there right away. Right
that's
away.
true. But I don't think that's fair for a guy coming off a year plus and an injury where you going, yo, I don't care. You still got to fight somebody like that's a
That's
top.
true. That's true.
Like,
What do you
come
feel
on, man.
about what's moving on and shaking right now with the zone? How do you feel about some of the things we're hearing in the background about potentially all the big dogs, all the big companies being under one umbrella? That's like what we all asked for, Joel, in a
Yeah,
way.
yo, I'll be honest with you. That's exciting stuff. If you're telling me that we can get all of boxing under one app,
I'm paying for that monthly with no problem.
yeah. And not only that, like the zone has been getting involved with other sports. Sometimes they have baseball games, sometimes they have NBA games, and and stuff like that. So they're trying to provide a lot of value in other ways. So it's not just boxing, but if you tell me you give me all of boxing, like the sport, because he does, like come
There's
on,
no
man,
need for me to go. I'm paying for that membership. How
I'm
much you want?
paying.
You want 40? You want 50? No, hold on. I don't want to. I don't want to talk too crazy.
Nah. Then let them think. Let them
But
think
I'm thinking
25
hard.
is good. Let them think.
Obviously, as fans, we have to understand that if they're offering us that much value, you have to expect that we're going to pay a nice monthly price. But if they're
Yeah,
giving us the fights that we want,
you
and if
can't
they're giving us
complain.
fight consistently, you imagine us with all that, with all those companies together, guys, we're going to get fights almost every weekend.
The only thing I will say is that all of current boxing will be going to the
App.
zone.
It'll be an app too.
But I think Dana White will be involved with ESPN boxing. Hear me out. Hear me out. He also has a relationship with Turkey Al-Sheikh. And he thinks that boxing promoters don't do good business. That's his opinion. So what's stopping him from making a promotional company if he's going to have a network like ESPN and a relationship with Turkey Al-Sheikh? How like it makes no sense not to be a boxing promoter at that point.
And to be honest, UFC, I mean, ESPN is one of the greatest platforms to
It is the
in
best
terms.
platform to grow a star is the best platform. And
I-
that's why I think that's why it bothers me so much that Rohan may not ever get a chance to fight on regular ESPN.
Not even one fight, man.
Come on, let's get that man one fight, man. One fight out on ESPN. I think that's right. But
This should have been the fight right here. New York coming back to New York again.
and you got Vito Melanecki on TV, And then the excuse is that he sells tickets. Like that matters as to who's gonna be on television. Like what?
Tickets. Joel,
Like
what's
yo, aren't you
I
trying to
was there.
develop the actual talent on your
This
rap
guy's
album?
not selling out arenas, man. They gotta stop. They gotta
Yeah,
stop.
not exactly. It's not like
You
it's
might
not
get
like
100 people down there.
10,000, right?
You might get 100 people down there. Come on, like 200.
No, and yo, and I guarantee you, and I'm glad this is on camera. I guarantee you, if Rohan Polanco sells more tickets for this fight than Vito Milnicki is gonna do for this fight. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
In order for that to happen, the voice of Dominican boxing has to do a big push. And these promoters got to start talking to you. These promoters, these managers, these people, they got to start they got to start putting you on payroll. Because if you're going to take time out of your day to hit the streets and flyers and stuff, they got to talk to you because you have a lot of great ideas, man. Ideas that I don't even know if they even coming across their radar. And it's a shame because that's an untapped market, man. Untapped market with a bunch of stars. We got a bunch of stars. A bunch of stars in terms of Latin American culture. People that could rap for them, that could bring them up fights, people that can sing national anthems for us. You guys
Bro,
are bugging. You guys are bugging.
hold on. Yo, the biggest contract in baseball history was just signed by a Dominican and Juan Soto. This dude played for the Yankees and is now about to play for the Mets. You telling me if Juan Soto fucks around and tweets something about Jan Santana, or you know what I'm saying? Yo, who is this kid? He's super nice. I'm going to his next fight if it's in New
That's
York.
the exposure. They need that exposure because you could be watching ESPN, and there he goes. He'll pop up. Now these stars are watching a knockout by a Dominican fighter, and now they're exposed. But if you're not putting our guys on deservingly so, because there's no giving. He's not getting a token. I think he's earned that right with his performances, Joel.
100%.
They're not throwing him a bone.
Hold on. Shout out to my man Luis Rodriguez. He says, I'm flying to Florida to go watch Rohan. Yo, my man coming from Florida to New York to support. So don't tell me he don't sell tickets. He got somebody flying.
And if they add Jan Santana to that card, man, that's going to be a splat. If you add Jan Santana to that card and bring a killer, they ready for killers. You know how I feel about Top Rank? They're protecting them from the killers. They're the killers. And they're saying, no, we're not going to put them against these guys because they might stop their careers. That's what's going on. Tiger Johns is the Lindorfos of the world. There's not 126 on that Top Rank staple. That's going to give.
Lindorfo and Tiger ain't want no smoke with Rohan.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. And my thing is,
I'll say this. It's unfortunate that Rohan couldn't fuck around and get a title at 140 because he would have smoked T.O., bro. He would have smoked him. But it's a shame he's moving up in 147, which is a division.
I wish it was
probably the division he should be fighting at. But bro, I think he could have grabbed. It's a shame he's not going to be able to grab a quick belt at 140. It's a shame.
I wish I would have seen that happen, man. It's a shame because a lot of these guys got championship fights with the 12 fight, the 13 fight. That's why I tell you, Joel, the promotional company is the one that puts the money behind you to become a champion. To get Lomachenko a title shot in 3 fights, you got to pay people. You got to have the money behind them. You got to have, because you got to pay the opponent too that's going to take that type of risk with a fighter that's 3-0. You got to pay people. And that's the thing that people need to understand, that there are people with championship level talent that just haven't got the opportunity. That's why I don't hate when people talk to me about, oh, but this guy's a 3 divisional world champion. Oh, yeah, because he got those 3 divisional opportunities.
Yeah,
that's why. How many guys?
Bro. So like a perfect example of that, right? The perfect example of what you're saying is Joan Guzman became champion at 122, right? The WBO told him that none of his mandatories wanted to fight him, but But if he moves up, he could fight for a final eliminator at 126. He went, he fought, won the title eliminator. The guy 126 didn't want to fight him, so he ended up moving to 130.
Two divisions.
Yeah, he ended up moving to 130 and beat forget the guy's name for a belt at
Humberto
130.
Soto?
So no, Soto, I believe he was already champion. But my point is, yo, that's what we had to go through. You get what I'm saying? It leads back to what you're saying.
In boxing, I'm starting to realize that they put faces in front of us. Like, these are the guys, these are the guys. Because they have a lot invested in the fighters. So it's like, no, keep looking at this fighter. I don't want you looking at Rohan that much because I don't pay this guy. Like, I got him in contract for like $3 million. And I gotta make my money back off this guy. You feel me, Joel?
Yeah. Yo, he beat Agapito Sanchez for the belt.
Oh, another Dominican.
No. That's who he defended. He beat it was some like Argentinian guy, man. What was his name? And I believe it was like in Scotland. Yeah, he beat Fabio Daniel Oliva in the third round by knockout. It was an Argentinian guy.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the people that fought him, Joel? A lot of people that will say, yo, let me just take a risk against this guy because I'm not heavily promoted. All the heavily promoted people, it was like, I'm not taking that fight. You're crazy.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? Yo, the Rayo fight with Edwin, that's exactly what it was. It was kind of like, yeah, you got no shot against Rayo anyways. You lost to William Foster, so we're gonna put you in, we're gonna pay you right, but you're gonna get knocked out. And we're just gonna keep you, we're gonna give you another opportunity. That's kind of like the way he was leading.
If they would have known that kid's talent level,
they would
have never put him on against Rayo.
No, yo, it's the same thing with Chris Colbert. Yo,
and you guys, yeah.
Luis Garcia took that fight on very short week note, like 2 weeks. I think it was three weeks notice. Went and he was like a 40-1 underdog and went and dominated and dropped them.
Guys, I'm not a casual. I don't consider myself a casual, but marketing and promotion had me believe in a lot of dumb shit. Marketing and promotion had me believe in a lot of. Like, for years, I believe Crawford ain't gonna do nothing against no Arrow. That ain't gonna, because I'm really believing. Guys, a lot of this shit is marketing and promotion.
That is hilarious, bro.
Joel, come on. Sometimes we gotta be real. Like, I gotta be real, man. And you know what makes it worse? All the bloggers only keep talking about the guys that's being promoted.
You know what's funny? You know who I'm disappointed in myself because I fell into the trap after I already. So let me
be honest too, Joel.
No. And this is where me and you gonna disagree, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, we have to.
So when Lomachenko first came up, they were saying, "Yo, this guy is one of the best fighters we ever seen. Amazing fighter. He possibly could be number 1 pound for pound right now. He fought Salido in his second pro fight, and he lost the fight, but the guy missed weight, and he was hitting low a lot. But then he beat Gary Russell. But at the time, I was like, whoa, that was a really good win. All right, he beat Gary Russell. And after that, he really doesn't. He just beats kind of like just good, solid guys.
When he beat Gary Russell after Salido, right?
Yeah. And that was a great win. And that
great win. Because, Russell was looking like a generational talent.
I picked Russell to win that fight.
And he made it look easy, wasn't he? He wasn't. It wasn't
easy, but he definitely
8-4.
He was a winner.
Yeah, he was clearly, and they did that at Showtime. They did that fight.
I remember. But yeah, I felt like Lomachenko. I always thought he was a really good fighter, but I never thought he was number 1 pound for pound like how they were talking about him at the time. And then I had fell off boxing for a little bit just because boxing be on some BS sometimes. Following it so closely.
It's a love and hate relationship, right?
Yeah, following so closely is almost toxic.
There's days I wake up disgusted with boxing. I'm tired of this shit. Joel don't hit me up about boxing for like a week.
Right. We be talking about other shit. But damn, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
That you be fed up with boxing sometimes. That you fell off for a week.
Oh yeah, no. I fell off for a while, for like a few years, and then I started rewatching boxing, and then I was like, I almost forgot how I felt about Lomachenko back then. I started believing that he was this all-time great, this, that. Then I started seeing him fight, and I'm like, yo, he's a good fighter, but he's not no all-time great. And then I picked Teofimo to beat him, and Teofimo did beat him. You get what I'm saying? I always thought, put it like this, I always thought Mikey Garcia would beat Vasil Lomachenko. Always thought that. I thought that if they ever fight, Mikey Garcia would have annihilated him at any weight.
This is why I believe, this is why we disagree, obviously, and I think I respect your opinion. One of the reasons why I'm so big on Lomachenko, because a lot of the guys that had the opportunity to fight him when he was calling for a lot of fights, you know very well that they didn't want to.
Like who? Like who? Who?
Tank Davis didn't want to take that fight early on in his career.
That's true.
Let's be honest there. A lot of who are some of the other guys around that weight class? Nicholas Walters, I don't care what no one says. Nicholas Walters was the boogeyman at that point in time. Nicholas Walters was annihilating shit, dropping shit. He made Donito. I remember Donito Donaire had a legendary type of run. And I remember Nicholas Walters just quiet all that down. And he made him say no mas. Made him say no mas. A Nicholas Walters that was knocking people out. He made Rigondeaux say no mas. So when you see performances like that.
Yeah, but he moved up Rigondeaux like basically 3 divisions to fight. So he get no credit from me for that fight. And I don't care what people say, yo, yeah, but
he fought somebody that was 3 divisions up too his second fight.
Oh.
Salino was a middleweight. Salino was a middleweight. Wait, hold on. On the day of the fight.
No,
Haney was 150 pounds on the day of the fight.
Nah, but the thing is that, yo, that's just the rules. That's
just the rules for the weight. These guys, Joel, he gets to a point in time where you.
No, I'm talking about the Haney situation, not the Salido one.
Yeah, but when you see a fight like that, Joel, then you understand. Then these guys know that they could potentially get knocked out on their weight classes. In their real weight classes, Haney, a boxing purist. Oh, next to take the talon from Mayweather. But these guys are doing shit. Yo, Mayweather was moving up, laying shit down. Joel.
Mayweather resume is
it's crazy.
Yo, and you know what's crazy? His resume on the back end is way crazier than the front end. Like, he fought like Cotto, De La Hoya, Pacquiao, Mosley.
I gotta give it to that guy. Sometimes I be wanting to hate on him.
Maidana twice. You know,
sometimes I be wanting to hate on him, and I'll be like, I can't hate on this guy.
Yo, God, his resume deep, man.
Yo, what he did to the guy that died on the motorcycle accident,
Diego Corrales.
What he did to Diego Corrales was a masterpiece. Diego Corrales was laying shit down.
Yo, this is an animal then.
Diego was undefeated with like a 90% knockout rate.
Yeah, he was like 31-0 with like, no, he was like 34-0 with like 30.
They was looking at Mayweather like, what is he doing taking this fight? Is he crazy? Moving up to take the dangerous fighter? Yeah.
Yo, he was beating the shit out of him so bad, his pops had to stop the fight.
You couldn't even believe what a lighter, smaller guy was doing to him. You couldn't even believe it. So a lot of these fighters that try to mimic his style, you guys, Mayweather was in the pocket, making you look stupid and punishing you, coming to punish you before he started getting his hands hurt. So,
and when he fought Jose Luis Castillo, a lot of people felt like he lost that last fight. Yo, I watched that fight with the sound off and just watching what was going on. Yo, he won that fight. He won that fight.
They talking about the first fight. They thought he lost the
Yeah,
first.
I'm talking about the first fight too. He
Okay,
won
the
that
first
fight.
fight.
He won that fight, and he had an injury then, and he still won that fight, in my opinion.
What fight did you ever see him losing? Because I only see him with close fights. The first one with Maidana. I thought the De La Hoya fight was a close fight.
Hold on. My man Freddie says what he did to Canelo at 37 is crazy.
Yeah, he flew.
No, but not. I will say this: he did catch weight him at 152, but he still gets credit. That like
That's
when
a
you see
big.
the fight, that his loss had nothing to do with the weight. It had nothing to do
He
with
made
the
weight good too. He made weight good.
Yo, bro. Yeah, nah, Mayweather is all time great. He always
You
get
could tell when someone's weight trained when they come up on the fight. You could. He was not weight trained. The Canelo was good. He made weight with no problem for that fight. You ain't see Michelle Rivera. That's a guy that was looking like he
that,
was
that.
to die.
Yeah, I remember seeing him at the weigh-in before his Frank Martin fight and going, damn. Like I kind of already knew what was gonna happen, but I was like, you never know. Some guys rehydrate real good and stuff like that.
Rohan Polanco will never be. I will never say nothing about Rohan Polanco before a fight. No matter how he looks, that guy turns from a zombie to like the return of Jesus. That gotta be right.
Yeah, nah, that
Night and
like
day.
he looks night and day. But I'm glad
Night
I'm
and day.
glad he's moving up. 7 pounds is a good amount of weight, rejuvenation. He moved up a bit, and he's still gonna blow up. He's still gonna be a big for a 147 pounder after the weigh-in. So I don't think they sacrificing too much in size. Obviously, you're sacrificing some of it, but not too much. Uh, and I think this is gonna be good for him. I think he's gonna have more energy, and he who knows, he might be sharper. He might be sharper because now he's not as weight drained. He might be sharper. His brains might be at a better capacity now that he has more fluid in his system.
Joel, I'm gonna run a narrative through to you. And I don't this could be BS or anything, but I was talking to someone, right? There's gonna be a lot of major promo, um, promotional companies fighting under the same umbrella now. Things are getting worked out on the back end. Promoters don't want to lose money overpaying for fighters that haven't proved nothing in the ring. A lot of fighters are going to be thrown to the wolves next year, right away, because they have to consolidate their rosters. They don't want to keep putting a bunch of money into fighters that are not going to pan out or that are getting too what's the word? Diva like. They want to get rid of the divas. They have to prove it in the ring that they who they are. And now the reason why it's one umbrella, now they can't go negotiate nowhere else. That yo, when I'm hearing this, I'm like, oh shit.
And what's funny? This is a moment this is a weird moment in boxing where if I want to say a hardcore fan like you is actually excited for the future of boxing. A lot of times you're thinking like, man, where's this sport going? But if hearing you as a boxing fan and me just observing what you're saying, seeing you as excited as you are, it's almost exciting me because I never looked at it that way. Like, all right, the best are gonna fight the best, which I said it was always a problem. Oh yeah, it's gonna be all under one platform. I said that was a problem. Well, that problem is gone now. And now, all right, let's see what happens. Let's see. Let's
Yo,
see.
you imagine building a fighter into a star, and then him telling you, no, I ain't fighting. Give me more money, and now not being able to do that no more.
I think I believe it or not, I think that's great for boxing. I think
Because
the
you're still
fighters,
gonna get paid,
yeah, you still got to get compensated,
but you
but
gotta prove it in the ring. And you know what that does? The cream rises to the top.
mhm,
Now the fans are gonna be able to see who's really the dog.
yep.
Not the Twitter wars. Oh, I'm undefeated. Oh, he has Mayweather like defense. Oh, no, now you got to see it in the ring. Now you're going to see a lot of upsets. What happened? What started happening to fighters once they started matching them up in the zone with tough fighters? Oh, these prospects are getting beat. Oh, look at Deontay Wilder. Maybe these guys were always like that, and they was moving them carefully. Maybe that's what happens to a prospect when you put him up against tough opposition. When, when you have guys that are having hard fights in their 30s, bro.
Yeah, their first hard
And
fight, they
that's-
34.
Yo, that's crazy, Joel. For guys like you that are a little bit older, guys like me, well, not me, but you imagine a 50 or 40-year-old man that saw all those guys killing each other in the 80s and 90s to see what they're seeing now is a travesty. It's a travesty. To see guys literally kill each other to have a title, having a fight going through the weight classes and going through the number 10 through the number. That's why Corpus broke it down so perfectly. Guys like those people really have to fight tooth and nail.
Yeah. And when I like when he said, he goes, right, all right, so Puello fights, Paro, who was the champion at the time. He goes, yeah, that was like 2 versus 4, right? The number 2 guy fighting the number 4 guy or something like that, let's just say. And he goes, yeah. But nowadays, it's not the number 2 and number 4 guy, it's a unification belt. And you fight. And that fight means more to you now than it did in the 1950s. You know what I'm saying?
That means they were all unifying with no belts.
Yeah. There was guys that had 3 belts. Those guys, you know what I'm saying, that had 2 belts. Like, if there was 4 belts around that time. And that's why his book, The 4 Belt Era, ERROR, is kind of like where he takes the 4 belts and he puts them on champions of the past, where you can now see how great these boxers were. It's like, all right, yeah, Mayweather did this. All right, well, this guy had 100 title fights, because we're going now by the 4 belt era. So he had
Oh my
100 title fights.
goodness.
This guy had, 60 defenses of a middleweight
Hopkins
title.
had 20 defenses, guys. Hopkins. We're not even talking about a guy that far out.
Now imagine a guy in the 1930s who was killing shit. You know what I'm saying? That would have had 2, 3 belts in this era, but never got the chance to fight for a title. Like, you don't
That's why I
become
don't
champion.
believe the hype, Joel.
So
I
I think
don't
that's why I'm so excited to read this book that Jose got coming out. He's taken the current rules of now with the 4 belt era, ERA, and he's gonna explain how that's an era, ERROOR, and put the belts on the fighters of the past. And he's using ranking systems from the Ring magazine from way back when. And I'm truly excited to read.
All I'm telling you right now, there's going to be even a lot of fighters that are going to be excited about this. The fighters with the politics of boxing was not working for them. They're about to be very excited about what's about to happen, because now these fighters are going to have to see them now.
Mm-hmm.
There's fighters that have been dodging them. Now they have to see them. That's what happens when you don't protect names. When you focus on really letting the cream rise to the top, then the person that deserves to do justice will get the recognition, and them will become the stars. Because the fans will get, people love the Cinderella stories, Joel. People love to see the underdog that didn't deserve it. So I don't know why boxing shifted to protecting the name and this and, well, I understand why.
It became too much about the business. And honestly, like, yeah, that's basically it. Yo, there's fans, bro. I used to be on Twitter Spaces. Like, there was you've been on a Twitter Space with me one time before,
Yeah,
right?
they're weird, man. Boxing fans are some weird dudes.
Yo, bro, some people want to talk more about the business.
Nah, because you don't gotta fight him. He made 20 million his last fight. You don't gotta fight him.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, bro, like, why do you even care? Like, isn't that a more interesting fight than that fight? Nah, but I can't ignore the business. And it's like,
Yo,
right,
like you making a percentage on the cut.
like, yo, bro, you really like pushing a fighter, like, because you're a fan of him. Ain't nothing wrong with being a fan of a fighter, but you really pushing this narrative to not see the best fight the best, to protect your guy, or to justify him not wanting to fight the best. It's kind of weird to me, to be honest with you.
Those are the fights that are gonna have people going nuts. Because those are the fights where people are going to be tested, where people are getting late knockouts in late rounds, where you have people knocking 2 knockdowns in 1 round. You're going to bring an excitement to the
You
sport.
think that's what you think Turkey Al-Sheikh is gonna do?
Joel, if you put the best, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, when those guys gotta fight each other, those are gonna be competitive and doggish fights. It's gonna
Yo,
bring
and
passion to the sport.
you
No
know, you know,
one's
you know what they can do, and they can start promoting fights because now Turkey Al-Sheikh owns Ring Magazine, and to me, honestly, when it comes to divisional rankings, I think they do it the best. You can start promoting these fights. Yo, the number 2 versus the number 4 guy, the number 5 versus number 6 guy, and oh yeah, and then the main event is undisputed or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
you're not even gonna believe what happened. This guy, I don't know who's advising him, but this guy's not no fool. This guy just bought 13% equity of the network itself. Well, the company that bought 13%. So this guy,
Oh,
Ali Sheik, out of the zone. So
wow.
this guy is setting it up in such a way where
Yo,
we-
you know what I wish I could know, and I'm not even gonna disrespect him by googling his net worth because I'm not even gonna do that. I wonder how much money he got because whatever the internet says, I don't believe it.
that's true. But those guys they don't got unlimited power, man. With the oil reserves that those guys have.
Yeah, no, but I want to know how much money he got because he's invested a lot in boxing, and to be fair, he's gotten great results, in terms of the product. So I'm just curious how much money he has and how much money he's willing to dip into boxing because what he's doing is costing a lot of money, but he's showing that he got it.
I think. Oh my goodness, Joel.
Hold on a second. My man Freddie, shout out to you, my brother. He sends a $2 super chat. He says Brian Norman has the perfect style for Rohan. Rohan will fuck Brian Norman up. Yeah, they
That's a
talking
real.
crazy.
That's,
Yo, they talking
I
crazy,
felt that. I
crazy in
felt
the chat. They
Yo,
talking crazy in the chat. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. Yeah, I mean, I want to see a little bit. I want to see how Rohan look at 47 before I make a statement like that. I want to see how Rohan looks at 47.
yeah, because at the end of the day, he got to take punches too from a bigger guy.
Yeah. Now you fighting a bigger guy, so
These are our guys, but wait, if you want to show you the dog, gotta prove it in the ring.
yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
prove it in the ring, man. And this is good for everybody. Everybody wins. Everybody wins when we see these matchups being made. That formula of promoting somebody until they 20th, 25th, 30th fight, that's costing promoters a lot of money.
Look at David Morrell. David Morrell is what 6-7-0, and he's
Yeah.
fighting David Benavidez. Rohan only has like 14, 15 fights, and it looks like they pushing him to fight. For Brian Norman, maybe in a fight or two. So, we'll see where this goes. Hold on one second. I got to find out a super chat from my man Nobody 92. Appreciate the support, my brother. I really, really do. I like Floyd, but I feel he ruined boxing where fighters only care about being undefeated. Fighters didn't care about losing their O before Mayweather.
It's unfortunate, yeah, but
I could see that. I'm not going to throw all the blame on them because at the end of the day, the promoters have a right
our
to.
job to do.
Yeah, you got a job. Yo, all right, you want to be undefeated? All right, that's not my problem. Well, go out and beat them. You could be undefeated, but go out and beat them. We're not doing this whole mumbo jumbo. You're going to fight fucking, your second 130 pounder that we moved up. Like, nah, we're not going to do that. You're going to fight somebody good. And because we got a job.
Mayweather did something that a lot of fighters are not comfortable doing. Mayweather bought himself out of his own contract and,
Yo, bro.
and paid almost $1 million. You're
Yo,
not gonna ain't no fighter doing that right now. Ain't no
yo,
fighter gonna pay that much money to get out of a contract right now when they
let me
got a bunch of tax bills and all this. He banked on his talent. He said, "I'm about to bet on me because I know I'm about to beat all these guys."
Yo, bro. Top Rank is a great promotional company. I'm not going to sit here and deny that one bit. But wow, did they not know how to promote Floyd Mayweather? Yo, the guy
He
Was
told
not a
them.
big star under them. Bought himself out for $750,000. Right? Listen, hear me out. Hear me out now. And then goes out and makes. I want to say
$1 billion.
$1 billion. I want to say $1 billion after that. Wow! That imagine selling that stock.
The business was what fucked them. Cause the business is, oh no, protect Oscar De La Hoya. No, that fight's too dangerous right now. And that's what he wanted. He wanted those big fights. He was like, yo, give me those big fights. They like, nah, we gonna keep you down here. Cause we gotta make more money with Oscar. And look what they all eventually started doing. They started leaving. They started their own companies. Now, yo, that's kind of crazy, Joel. If they do this, they will corner the market. So, wow.
Hold on.
Damn. You won't be able to do that again, Joel. Damn.
Shout out to the Nobody 92 who sends a super chat to remind me that I didn't read one of his super chats. He says, "Now I sent the super chat that you didn't answer. Can you scroll up, please?" Yo, brother.
Yo, this guy's the most. He's number
He
one
support.
supporter, man.
He support, man. I truly appreciate the Nobody, man. Hold on. I read that one. Yeah, that you felt like he ruined boxing. Hold on. I'm not trying to disrespect my loyal. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I did miss this one. What's next for Elvis? And should he have gotten the opportunity to fight Tio?
He got fucked.
Fight Tio over Matthias? All right, hold on.
When I saw that, oh man.
Matter of fact, let me keep that comment up.
Yeah, you got to keep that up, Joel. He got done dirty with that fight.
Yo, listen. So Elvis can't be mad at the opportunity he's not getting after how he's looked on Top Rank since he got back. I'll start off by saying that. Second, this is like Top Rank doesn't tell Tio who he promotes, like who he's gonna fight. Tio tells him yes or no. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's level. He's at that level now.
Yeah. So when I met Tio in at the New York Boxing Hall of Fame, he brought up Elvis. He basically said how he thought nothing of him, how if that guy Gino Rodrigo could drop him in the first round, imagine if that was him. That he that's what he told me. So he doesn't think much of Elvis, and he kind of just put him to the side. That's the way he made it sound to me. And Subriel Matias is Puerto Rican. Tio has New York ties. Maybe they bring that fight to New York, and maybe he's looking at it from a promotional perspective. But
he just better
hope. What's costing Elvis most is his last two performances not being what they should have been.
Hopefully he doesn't get bougie and he sees a fucking Matias that was knocking everybody out. Hopefully he doesn't run into that guy. Because that happens in time. You get too bougie. And
I got Tio winning that. I'm going to go on record already now and say I got Tio winning that.
That's a good fight to put money in for Matias. I'll put some money on Matias. Just of potential of what he's done before in the past. It's just that his stock dropped so much.
Now when you bet on a puncher, you got a shot, and he's
got
not a one punch artist, but
he just looks so bad, Joel.
He wears you down.
He looks so bad against the European kid.
What I think happened is, he was so focused on the show. Él estaba ahí bailando, poniendo flow and this and that, and my man, you about to fight. What are you doing? And I'll be honest with you, I blame his team for not having him focused. Because as a fighter,
he was too relaxed in that fight, bro.
He was too relaxed. As a fighter, you got to stay focused on your fight. And if I'm your trainer, I'm your manager, I'm whoever I am to you, I'm making sure you focus. And if I see you deviating from stuff, I'm gonna correct it. So obviously he as a man has to take responsibility, but I also think his team wasn't on top of that. I felt like his energy was too light. He needed to be a lot more focused. My man Freddie says a $2 super chat. Yo, salute to y'all, man. Y'all blessing me today. Oh, y'all in the Christmas spirit, man. Thank you. Thank you. So, how hard is it? How hard is Shakur to beat? Who can beat him? I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. It's who can beat him?
Schofield.
I'm not gonna answer that question, but
Dominican Schofield is gonna beat him. I'm letting you know right now. I got this as a very difficult fight for Shakur. I know y'all don't, but I got this as a difficult fight for Shakur because I'm expecting a Porter type performance against a skilled fighter like Alberto when they fought each other. And I believe that Shakur is going to look just as worse. He might get the W, but he's going to look just as worse as he did in the Edmund fight because I don't think he's going to exchange or stay in the pocket. I think he's going to try to out jab him from the outside, maybe counter here and there. But this has the potential to look real bad for him. And this is the co-main event of a big card. So if he doesn't perform on here, all that hoopla and all that, I'm telling you, man, a lot of guys are about to get thrown into with wolves to see if he's really that guy. You know?
I agree. I agree that at least that's what he's shown us. You know what I'm saying? Now, to keep this up, he's gonna have to keep up the money, which is why I said I wonder how much money he got and how much he's how much money he's willing to sink into boxing. Because if you're gonna keep the best fighting the best, you're still gonna have to start paying. Still gonna have to keep paying the way you are. And is that manageable?
And it makes sense if you asking for a bunch of money to get paid. We're gonna throw you in tough fights. So your stock will drop if you take a loss too. Your stock is dropping, so you're gonna have to negotiate for that next fight. And that's what a lot of these fighters don't want to do.
Yo, I didn't even think of it like that. Damn, that's interesting.
That's what they use to get paid. Oh,
That's
I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. Look at Haney.
Yeah, well, I'm throwing you a tough fight. So you got at least one loss. You humble. You coming at me, and we renegotiating at a reasonable price because you just lost.
You think Haney like the offers that they're giving him right now? He doesn't like the offers that they're giving him right now.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel bad for Haney, man. I feel bad for Haney. I think he was done wrong, man. The guy came in overweight and then tested positive for a banned substance. I feel bad for Haney, and honestly, I feel bad for Ryan too. And the reason I say that is because Ryan didn't need none of that shit. He would have beat him anyways. He would have beat him anyways.
He would have beat him.
But
I just don't want to see him give the rematch. I don't want to see the rematch. Don't give him a payday. He did too much crying.
That's some hating shit.
He did too much crying, Joel.
Yeah, with the suing and all that.
Fight Oleksandr Santos or fight one of the Dominicans. What you talk about? Give one of our guys a platform.
Yo, you imagine that? You imagine Edwin versus Ryan and
How you know that's not being? Yo, you want to come back on the platform? You got to fight this guy. You got to fight this guy, killer. You got to fight this guy. Well, you're gonna go negotiate. Yeah, Top Rank is here with us. Mashroom is here with us. Kiss the ring. Turk is calling the shots.
Nah, but yo, bro, as much as I like Turkey Al-Sheikh, and I know he likes to make things happen and stuff like that, that ain't happening, bro. That ain't happening. That is not Ryan Garcia's next fight, and that is not Edwin De Los Santos. Stop. Don't get my fans excited. Don't get my fans.
How you know that the names that they're throwing them are very high risk, Joel? Listen, I can't talk about a lot of things. I can't talk about a lot of things, but let's just say that they tired of overpaying for fighters that are acting like divas when they themselves were the ones that built them up. That's what I heard. And they're the ones that built them up and protected them. And now they're trying to tax the promoters. Now they're trying to. That's what I heard, Joel. Yo, we built them up. We protected these guys. And now they believe their own hype that we built.
Like, yo, bro, you never were that good. I'm sorry.
Come on, bro. You know what we was doing.
You know who who I see like that is Xander Zayas. Like Xander Zayas is a good fighter. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter, but the way Top Rank's promoting him, like, yo, he's the next, Wilfredo Benitez next, Trinidad next. And it's like, yo, bro, like he's a good fighter. He might grab a belt, and but I don't see like this, amazing future Hall of Fame. Nah. Don't.
He just got a lot of support, and that's what they like.
He got a lot of support, and he's again. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter, but I don't see this elite prospect that they're trying to sell me. Don't.
He almost took that fight. He took that fight with Virgil, but I think Virgil went after more money or something like that, from what I heard.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened with that, but I got Virgil stopping him.
Joel, this is
no doubt in that.
Joel, this is a big card, man. I was looking at that card and I'm like,
yo, hold on. I got a super
that
chat.
card is crazy, bro.
I got a super chat from the Nobody 92 with a $5 super chat. I appreciate you, my brother. I really, really do.
Man, this guy, I think he put a 40 today, man.
Yeah,
he put a 40.
He a real one. Him and my man Freddie. My man Freddie been sending him 2 apiece. That's what he can afford, and I respect it. Aunque él tiene varias bodegas, lo va a perdonar. Él puede mandar más, pero lo va a perdonar. Says, how did you and Juan meet? Broadway, you got lucky to meet a great guy and captain in Juan to be.
Come on, you about to make me cry, Orlando. Like, you about to, come on, don't say it.
Este es hediondo aquí que tú me estás diciendo que I got lucky.
I don't even know. I think you know what it was. Dominican boxing was popping, and on my algorithm, I was looking up the victories with Hector Luis Garcia, and Joel was reporting on that. And then I clicked, and I'm like, "Yo, this guy's the."
And then I put the link up, and you hopped on a couple of times.
I don't even remember the first time I hopped on. I think we need to show that.
Yeah, I need
to look. Matter of fact, I'm about to look into that.
Look into it. It should be somewhere.
It has to be right after
Hector. Yeah, so he hopped on the live, and then he came on. I guess he subscribed, hopped on the live another time, hopped on the live another time, hopped on the live.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe we had a Dominican channel.
Yo, bro,
like, what?
And I'll be honest with you, and I told Juan this before.
Yeah, he told me.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't feeling Juan at first. I'm like, yo, this dude, he comes on, he hogs the mic, he wants to talk for a while. And like, what's his intentions? Like, who is this guy? Like, why is he coming on my channel? He trying to take over my channel or something?
Are you serious?
No. I'm stretching it at the end. I'm stretching. But
it's the vibes, bro. You gave us good vibes, man. And I think most Dominicans, and not just Dominicans.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. So that was my initial mentality, and then I started seeing Juan always up to date, always commenting, hit me up on Instagram, and I saw his support for Dominican boxing was legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, this guy's in it. And by the way, I was the one who gave him the captain name because I didn't want it to be like, you're my sidekick. Because you're not like just some dude on the side, is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I'm the guy with the content. I'm the guy that provides the interviews. I'm the bridge between the boxes and the people. I throw the link up and stuff like that. But you bring the energy. You get what I'm saying?
Joel was the first guy is the reason why I started going to events. I always was comfortable watching boxing from my house. I never said, yo, I gotta go to a fight. Because I always thought that the boxing experience will be boring because look at those fans, they're so far away, and I always thought being like seeing it on TV, it was closer, but that was a lie. That was a presupposition that I had that was faulty. When I went there and I saw that you could feel the punches, that you just as nervous and the vibes, I was like, yeah, this is popping. But most people haven't experienced it,
man. And I know you couldn't make it. I really, really wish you would have made that Miami card with Eldy, with Jan Santana, Roan Polanco, Elvis Rodriguez. I really wish you would have got that experience. Shout out to my man Peter, who was there. My brother Randy was there. My pops, my sister. I was there. My pops was there, man.
Wow. Yo, you gotta do it. You gotta do an interview for the OG, man. We gotta see the one who brought him to life, the one that put that seed. We gotta meet this man. We gotta meet this man. You
You
gotta do it.
you you
You
want me
gotta
to
do it.
interview? You want me to interview my father?
I'll believe that will be the best interview of your career, bro. Your pops, bro.
Think so?
'Cause a lot of who you are comes from him, and I think it will be an interesting interview about how he got into boxing, about because he was moving and shaking in his era, busting
Hmm.
moves. A lot of people don't know that, Joel.
Yeah. Now I don't know if you remember when Tineo, uh, when I interviewed Tineo, you heard what he said about my pops. He was like, "Yo, he was a major reason that Julio Cesar Green was a ticket seller. My pops was moving tickets in the streets with him.
That's
He was
crazy.
moving and shaking.
We gotta
Yeah,
hear. We gotta hear those stories, bro.
yeah, nah, and
You showed me a video. I couldn't believe it about how the fans were going crazy over him in an era where there wasn't even no push for Dominican boxers on social media.
yo, bro, when y'all see this interview with me and Julio Cesar Green, man, if you real about Dominican boxing, if you bleed Dominican boxing, you might fuck around and cry in this interview.
Dang.
Now, if you just watching it as a boxing interview, is cool, whatever. But yo, you see a man that was the first middleweight world champion talk about his life, talk about his ups, talk about his downs. You could kind of see where he's not all there because of the boxing, but you can also see he's still somewhat sharp and remembering what happened and how he's changed his life. He went to how he started using drugs and changed his life, and now is in God and religion and stuff like
He's
that, man.
very charismatic too. I can
It's
tell by the way he was promoting the interview. I'm like, this guy talk his talk.
Yo, está fuerte. Yo,
He
he's
looks good, Joel. Physically.
60 years old. And he gave me a hug. He was like, "Oh, bro, wait, yo, está
Is he in
fuerte."
the, he lives in the States?
Now he lives in DR.
Okay, nice.
Yo, I gotta tell this story. This is the type of shit you get on Broadway after dark.
Exclusive.
Exclusive shit.
Broadway after dark.
Yeah. Shout out to the people on Twitter, man. I got a lot of people watching on Twitter. So the day I interviewed Julio Cesar Green, I was supposed to interview another person. This person canceled on me last minute, but I already had the studio booked. I'm scrambling, trying to find a guest. I made a few phone calls. Long story short, they connected me to Julio Cesar Green.
Whoa.
And I get on the phone with him. Oh, yeah. I spoke to the guy. He told me you was going to call me. Yeah. What's up, man? Yo, my brother, I want to do an interview. It's a studio, blah, 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 blah. You got to be there present. It's not on some over the phone stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm willing to do it, but I'm only in New York for the next 3 days, so it has to be soon. So the dude canceled on me. And in less than 12 hours, I found the first Dominican middleweight world champion.
That was crazy. I felt like
That's
calling you.
God work right there.
I felt like calling you like, yo, you was like, because what me and you was talking about in the background. I'm like, bro, you was, what's that thing called? You was catfishing me, bro. You over here telling me someone bounced on you and you don't have somebody, and then you come out with the best possible interview you could come out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, it's a great interview. The only bad thing, and this is not really something y'all know, but like I'm having trouble with the video downloading it. I had the interview is fine, like, but it's just for whatever reason I'm having trouble. I got to figure that out. Yo, my brother Randy, if you watching, I need your help.
Call the tech, Randy, man. Randy will handle
man.
it. That's why he's on payroll. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that's why he on that Dominican boxing payroll, man. Dominican boxing LLC paying him, man. You know what I'm saying?
And those are big checks, man. Yo, y'all heard it here. That's gonna be a big media company in upcoming years.
For sure.
A lot of things are gonna happen right through this channel. Because
Exactly.
let's just be honest, bro. Brother Joel is a star.
I appreciate that. Man.
Yeah,
I
I have you
appreciate
in mind. When I see you, your content to me is like pay-per-view, bro.
Don't worry, bro. When I'm there, yo, 2020, yo, let me say this too. 2025, I'm about to go crazy, bro. I'm about to do amazing things on this channel and on my other channel. I'm really about to blow up in 2025. Like I'm talking confident. I'm talking my shit. I know 2025, I am going to go from where I'm at to the moon. You know
About
what I'm saying?
billions, like Adrian Broner, right? He had me believing that.
hopefully, hopefully I
You
don't
had
get
me
that
believing.
ending. Hopefully
That's
I don't get
marketing
that
for you.
ending. Hopefully I don't get that ending. But nah, man, I am super motivated.
I'm letting you know right now, you're gonna get a lot of content. You're about to hear some big news coming out of Dominican boxing real soon.
Mm.
Real soon. Oh
Yo,
my god.
and let's end it like that.
Let's end it like that.
Let's leave the fans in suspense as to what news we got coming up. But yo, Juan, I
Yo,
truly
it's a pleasure,
appreciate
brother.
you
Always.
always
We
hopping
haven't
on.
got on in a while. I have people
No,
calling me. Like, yo, you gotta get on. You gotta get on. I'm like, chill out, man. Like we working mad. We work
I'm
too.
getting those same calls. I'm getting those same calls, but you know I'll be busy, man. And it's the holidays, bro. I got a family. You know what I'm saying?
We got personal lives. We got families, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, but we want to see y'all at this Rohan fight. We have to be there. You gotta come out.
Listen. If money's tight and $200 is a lot for you, I'm not here to make fun of nobody, because everybody's financial situation is
It's
different.
different, definitely.
So if $200 is a lot of
How
money
long
for you,
you think it's
yo,
gonna be
bro, you
$200?
got 2 months to save up. 2 months.
Brother, we paid $100 for tickets last time, I think. 90.
No, but let's just say I'm just saying $200.
Hypothetically.
$200, right? Yo, you got 2 months. 2 months, bro. That's $100 a month that you could save up and make that fight and have fun, man, and be with your peoples.
And you know what's crazy? If you stay in the loop and you stay in the team around, you never know. A couple tickets might pop up. Because they always do. Sometimes people buy tickets and sometimes they can't go at the last minute. Me and Joel will get wind of it. And it's like 5, 6 people coming in. Not we just telling you stay in the loop.
Stay in the loop. And I know y'all want to be on that chat, but only the exclusives get
Only
there.
exclusives, man. You gotta at least throw $100 in that super chat to get in there.
Facts.
You gotta throw
You know?
scared because you get exclusive information's on that chat, man.
Yeah, man.
We
Some
get
important
shit.
people too.
We knew about fights that was getting done before they got done in the chat. We knew about deals that were getting broke
Yeah,
up.
I'm thinking of making a Telegram. I'm thinking of making a Telegram
Yeah.
just for the fans, so everybody could get that experience. But you got to be subscribed to the Telegram.
Yeah, that's an experience. That's a beautiful experience because it's beautiful when you talk about something in the chat and you see it happen. And you're like, yeah, we knew that was about to happen. Yo, it's a pleasure,
Yo,
my brother.
my
Take
brother,
care.
thank you so much, man. Yo, everybody, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. That's so important for the algorithm. It's so important for you guys to properly support the channel. I know not everybody could send a super chat, so I definitely truly understand that. Oh, speaking of super chats, shout out to the Nobody 92 with a $5 super chat, my man. Salute to you, my brother. Dead ass salute. So it sounds like the Julio Cesar Green interview giving Jason Rosario interview vibes. I wouldn't go that far. But he didn't go as deep. I'll say that. But you hear about the business and how it treated him and all that. That he gets into the nitty gritty. We'll see. You guys are gonna enjoy this one. You guys are gonna enjoy this one. Yeah, man. But all right, guys. Till next time, guys. Peace.